With all that said, let's bring JJ and CeeLo back in for a little game of fact or fiction to try to figure out what things from the season so far we should actually believe in. Let's start with the Yankees and Luis Severino, who's looked like a Rookie of the Year and an all-star contender potentially. He's 6-1 with a 2.11 ERA. JJ, fact or fiction, the Yankees have a bona fide ace in Severino?
I have to go fiction with that one. Look, I love Luis Severino. I can't say enough good things about what he has done so far in this season. It's a month and a half of baseball. I mean, I can't be looking at Luis Severino now and saying bona fide ace after a month and a half. Let me see Luis Severino do this for a full calendar year. Maybe we revisit this conversation next year, and I'll be singing a much different tune. I believe in the player. I think he is, to your point, John, a legitimate all-star. Ace, I'm not ready to go that far yet.
It's given a little bit of those early sights of what Luis Severino used to be for the Yankees. You know, speaking of Luis Severino, most people figured that the Luis Severino signing was actually a pretty good gamble for the Mets, but nobody could have seen it working out this well. CeeLo, the Mets have fixed Luis Severino. Fact or fiction?
I'll say fact. I think it's more Luis Severino has fixed Luis Severino, and that's more about a change of scenery. I get we're still in New York City, but I think it was just time for him and the Yankees to break up and move on from each other. There was just too much that had gone on there as far as his injuries, his health, his availability, so on and so forth. I'm trying to strip all credit away from the Mets. I mean, look, he's in their organization, he's pitching well, but I think this was really just a reset for him, and obviously we know when he is healthy and taking the ball what kind of pitcher he can be, and that's been the case so far. He leads all Mets starters in innings pitched. He's worked deep into some games. The ERA and the whip are in great shape. So for him, it always comes back to health and availability. If he's feeling good, I think he'll pitch well.
And he's throwing with confidence, which is what you want to see from Severino, especially mixing up the pitches. Zooming out now, macro level, the Guardians lost Monday, so the Yankees have the best record in the American League. JJ, fact or fiction, the Yanks are indeed, at this moment, the best team in the American League?
You know, I can't believe I'm answering this question this way. It's fact. I mean, the Yankees have passed every test across the board. They are performing at such an extreme rate when you talk about their starting pitching without Garrett Cole. Mr. Heel, a big part of that. And the lineup. Just there's so much more balance, CeeLo, in this Yankee lineup. With Soto being in the fold, Verdugo has really helped. Aaron Judge, it was a question of when, not if he was going to hit. Now, the Yankees are going to have demons and questions they're going to have to answer in the postseason. But we're having this conversation Memorial Day weekend, the end of Memorial Day. I'm going to say fact.
I agree. I'm a little surprised as well. Just there were some things that I didn't necessarily see happening when we broke camp and spring training, got ready to start things up. JJ touched on quite a few of them already. But I think really just for me, I thought the pitching would be solid, but it's been much better than that overall, top to bottom in the rotation. Obviously, Carlos Rodon's got together a little bit. You know, Nestor Cortez has been fine. Luis Severino, we've covered a lot. I've been a big Clark Schmidt guy, and he has shown in year two here in the rotation that he can hang in there. I thought he did a real nice job last year, and he's only taking a step further. And JJ ran down the guys in the lineup. Giancarlo Stanton, another guy that I've been down on and kind of left out for pasture. You know, did not think he was going to contribute the way he is so far. That's been a bonus. And yeah, when you consider they're doing all this without Garrett Cole right now, and Aaron Judge got off to a slow start and is now obviously heated up. They've checked a lot of boxes. Still maybe have some questions about the back end of the bullpen before Clay Holmes, but at Memorial Day, looks pretty good.
Yankees starters, .84 ERA over their last 8 games. Not too shabby, but you just got to worry. Remember, 2 seasons ago, they had that incredible first half, and then things kind of slipped away. Believe it or not, though, crosstown, the Mets are just 4 games out of a wild card spot. CeeLo, the Mets can hang around the playoff race. Fact or fiction?
Fact. Anyone in baseball, well, for the most part, maybe not the White Sox, but for the most part, almost any team in baseball can hang around this playoff race because of the format. We've talked about it time and time again, extra wild card. You talk about 4 games out. It's even less on the loss side because the Mets have had some rainouts. Obviously, Monday the case as well. They've got some games to make up, so quote-unquote games in hand. And look, as bad as this team has been in so many different categories, the fact that they haven't exactly played themselves fully out of it just yet, I'm not necessarily saying I'm a big believer in that they're going to all of a sudden flip the switch and get going, but all it takes is one hot streak. You find yourself right in there, right around trade deadline time. It's possible. Stranger things have happened.
I'm with you. It's fact because of the National League and the situation you have with a lot of these wild card teams. Go through the National League. Even with the Braves losing Acuna, which is a monumental blow, you look at Los Angeles, the Phillies, and the Braves. Those 3 teams are going to make it. Somebody in the Central is going to make it. Other than that, have fun with these wild cards. Now, I need to see a lot more from the Mets before I am a believer that they can make a legitimate playoff run, but because they are in the National League and it's a convoluted mess at the moment, John, fact.
And now the way that it's all set up, you just make that third wild card spot, just get in the dance, go on a run. It's kind of like March Madness in a way.